What's up, you guys? Welcome to the garage. Which one will we ride today? Bam. Here it is, the Victory 2008. I'm going to do the price reveal today. I had you guys guess how much you think I paid for this bike, and we'll take it for a quick spin, get some photos of the moto, and reveal the precio. El precio de la Victory Vegas 8-ball. Yeah, we'll go over the price. Let's jump into it. And if you haven't already, smash the like button, subscribe. It helps the channel. It helps boost my confidence. So much appreciated. Namaste. Let's roll into it. Alright, you guys, quick interjection. John's Moto Garage, welcome to the channel. So this is a throwback video. This is some footage I found from a while back. This is from November of last year. We're talking Victory Vegas 8-ball. Now, when I first bought this bike and posted a video on it, I had a lot of people hitting me up saying you should avoid Victories. They don't make them anymore. They're not going to have parts. And then I've also had a lot of questions about it. Should I buy a Victory? Should I avoid them at all costs? It seems to be a hot topic, a controversial topic, and one that can sometimes touch a sensitive nerve. And John's Moto Garage, that's what we're all about. So today I'm going to share a few things. First, I'll go over how much I paid for that motorcycle. I'll take you along with me just to go over my initial impressions on the bike. We'll take some photos of it, all that good stuff. Stay tuned to the very end. I'll reveal how much I ended up selling the bike for. Was I able to make any money? Did I take a hit? Stay tuned, we'll find out. And then of course, I'll share my thoughts, my own opinion on what I think about the whole Victory stuff. Should you buy them? Should you avoid them? What's the deal with those? If you dig the content, like, subscribe, hit me on Instagram at John's Moto Garage. Alright, you guys, let's enjoy the clip. The only question is, how the heck are we going to get this bike out into the driveway with all this road blockage going on? Let's work smart, not hard. I want to move the fewest number of bikes possible to get that one out. So I think if I move these two, I should be able to do it. Raider and Goldwing. Alright, let's work our magic here, you guys. 3, 2, 1. A little dusty. Oh, I didn't notice that. Slightest of scuffs right there. Alright, let's take the Victory Vegas 8-ball. I'll just do a quick walk around. Check out my other video if you haven't already. I show you where I actually bought the bike, and I did my initial test ride and impressions on it. I had to go look at the bike twice before I was able to pick it up. I went over kind of a little more in depth than my typical videos, how I do my initial inspections on the motorcycles that I decide to buy. That's a cold start. I haven't had it running for quite some time. Now, right off the bat, what I like about this bike is it really sits super low. Super low. Both feet flat on the ground. Easy peasy. And you sit in the bike, so it is actually a pretty comfortable stance the way it is. Can we drag a foot peg? Let's see if we can drag our foot peg here. Bam! Alright, so again, to recap, this is a 2008 Victory Vegas 8-ball. So these are a 100 cubic inch, and it's got some aftermarket 2-in-1 exhaust. I think it's an off-brand, I don't know the name of it. V-twin, belt drive. This is right there with your Yamaha Roadstar Warrior. I hesitate to put it in the same bracket there with your Raiders, just because the Raider just seems to be like its own moto that stands apart. I'm a big Raider fan, if you can't tell. But I'd say power-wise, it's right there. It's pretty close, you know. But these are smooth, comfortable bikes, powerful. They do turn heads because they look just a little bit different. The way the tank kind of melds into that seat, it gives it that custom chopper look. Now, of course, you've got the forward controls, you got the foot pegs, you don't have the floorboards. Dang, we're sitting behind a Prius. Otherwise, I was really going to floor it.
no lack of power, that's for sure. The 8-ball doesn't have as wide as a tire as the Victory Hammer. I had a Hammer before. So the Victory Hammer does have a little more custom look. You got that chopped rear fender. But the 8-ball is definitely a nice solid bike and a good bang for your buck. Speaking of buck, big reveal. I know everybody was wondering how much I paid for this moto. Let's go ahead and drop the numbers. So the dude had it listed for $47.50, which is a pretty decent price, competitive at that range. This time of year, stuff is not selling super fast here in the valley because it's winter time, holidays are among us. I offered the guy $4,000. He countered at $42.50, so I went out there planning on paying $42.50 for the bike. After checking it out and seeing a few things, I decided $42.50 was not a price that I would be willing to pay. So we renegotiated, and I ended up paying $4,000 for the moto. I had a few people guess, I think. Actually, I may have only had one person guess. I can't remember because I'm not looking. But I will post the comments of those who participated. As always, thank you for participating. And is this the one that I said I would give away an Amazon gift card? I can't remember if that was on this bike or a different bike. If it was on this one, no, it was my other bike. It was on a different bike. I'm gonna take pics right here. I like this. It's in the shade. Decent backdrop. Sounds pretty good. Oh, jeez. I'm gonna move it forward because I got a freaking palm tree in my way. Palm trees, man, they don't have any respect for other people. So I'll take some pics of bikes, and when I decide to sell a bike, marketing is key, right? Obviously you want to have a good bike to begin with, but as long as you have a good solid machine, marketing's key. I find a nice decent backdrop. Doesn't have to be anything crazy. This one's a little busy, honestly, but it'll do. And then I take good photos, and I try to document any and all blemishes as best as possible, so when somebody comes to look at the motorcycle, there aren't surprises, because I hate running into that, and I don't want to be doing that to somebody else. I forget, there's like a golden rule or something that talks about that, but I can't recall what it is off the top of my head. Let me take some photos, and then I will get back with you guys. Alright, there we have it. Huh. That's bizarre that they wouldn't have like a cover over this right here. But this bike also came with a handful of goodies, you know, box of extras and stuff. I'll probably sell this with the bike, but take some of the stuff out of it. Oh, so some of you may be wondering how much a bike like this potentially would go for, which is a great question. So here in Arizona, we've got a pretty good riding season year round, but the market is still somewhat cyclical. I mean, there are certain times that are better to buy, others are better to sell. This bike potentially, I think, is worth anywhere from, you know, relatively quick sell at $4,800 up to $5,200, $5,300 with patience if you're just not worried about. Anyway, anywhere from $4,800 to $5,300 is where I would price it for a, you know, reasonably fast sale. I think at 55, 56, 57, up in that price range, that you're going to be hanging on to it for a while. And even at 52, 53, it's just hit or miss if the right buyer comes along. But at that price range, I think that'd be a very realistic price point for this bike. So on a flip, if you're going to flip a bike like this and you're able to get it for 4,000 bucks, you could make a potential $1,000, $1,300. There you have it. 2008 Victory Vegas 8-ball. As always, gracias for checking out the channel, John's Moto Garage. If you dig the content, please like, subscribe, share with your buddies, your friends, your girlfriend, whoever digs this kind of stuff. And right back into our parking spot, just like that, you guys. They left room for us. Alright, we'll hit you up on the next one. Nos vemos. Very tight quarters. I need to get this thing out and running someday. Try knee drag on the Fat Bob. Alright, let's put the Goldwing back in its place. We'll take this guy out for a ride soon. Now this would be the ultimate bike to do a knee drag on the Goldwing. I can't even imagine. Such a monster, just takes up so much space. Behemoth. Make sure saddlebags are good. And we'll climb over this way, since that's our only option. Alright, you guys, hasta luego.
So there you have it. Remember, at the time when this was filmed, a few things were totally different than they are now. For one, I hadn't sold that bike yet, so I was just speculating how much I thought I could sell it for. I think I said 48 up to 52, 53. For two, I hadn't even done knee drags on the Honda Goldwing yet at that point, and I hadn't done knee drags on the Fat Bob yet at that point. It would have been 2, 3, maybe 4 weeks later before I mustered up the courage to try the knee drag shenanigans. I need to get back out there and try it again. It's been a long time. All right, enough beating around the bush. I know what you guys are waiting for. So how much did I sell the bike for? I ended up selling that bike. I think I had it listed for $5,300, and it sold relatively quick for $5,100 is what I ended up taking for the bike. And I actually sold it to a dude who I think is a subscriber to the channel. At the time, he came to look at it, and he's checking out the bike. He's like, hey, you're John's Moto Garage, huh? And come to find out, he'd already watched the videos and stuff. So that's what I sold it for, $5,100. Here's my thoughts on the whole Victory stuff. If you get a good deal on the bike, just like with anything else, I say go for it. They seem to be pretty solid bikes. I have a blast on them. The 106s especially are just super fun bikes. And 10 years from when they discontinued them back in 2017, so you got until 2027 to really worry about it. So buy the bike, have fun on it for 5 years, and then sell it. Like with anything else, if you put some good use into it, you're probably going to take a hit. It's going to depreciate a little bit, but you can have fun. And personally, I love them. I think they're awesome motorcycles. They're just super fun bikes, and they're unique and they're original. They're not your cookie cutter run-of-the-mill cruiser motorcycles. They definitely turn heads, and they look legit if you dig that style. So that's my thoughts on the Victories. I dig them. I have fun on them. And so I say if you like it and that's your style, then go for it. You've got a good solid, 6-7 years still that you can enjoy the bike. Sell it before they stop making parts. Take a little hit on it. I don't know. That's just my thoughts. Obviously, you guys decide what you want to do. Leave a comment below. What do you think? Should you buy Victories? Should you avoid them at all costs? Let me know what you think below. Anyway, as always, John's Moto Garage. I appreciate the support. Like and subscribe if you dig the content. And hit me up on Instagram at John's Moto Garage. We'll check you guys on the next one. Adios. Nos vemos.